Hey everyone, and welcome back to NDC. Today we're building a full macOS menu bar app using SwiftUI's modern MenuBarExtra API. Real quick, what even is a menu bar app? Well, these are the little extensions that you can have, like we have here the Wi-Fi connection symbol, even the Siri, the sound, the now playing music controls, even OBS has one that you can actually use and interact. This is one we'll be making today where we have some system stats and we can like fake run a task and move that progress bar. So you'll learn the core structure, the popover style, and how to build a custom utility window, and how to actually run the app silently in the background with no dock icon. So let's go ahead and dive on in and see how we can create our own menu app. I'll also show you how to add it to an existing app as well, so you can have this as a bonus in any applications you create on macOS. Okay, starting off, we will need Xcode installed and good to go. We're going to be creating a new project here today, but always feel free to add it to an existing project. For our template, we're going to be using the macOS and the app template. We'll go ahead and press next. You'll want to give it a name. You can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call it menu bar utility. Set up my team, interface SwiftUI, language Swift. We don't need testing or storage today. We'll go ahead and save this on our desktop. When it loads in, we're not going to be touching the content view at all today. We're going to be working in our app file. So whatever the name of your app is, followed by app, that Swift file. Now, we normally boot into a window group, and by default, that's the content view. But we don't really want to run a main window. So you can either delete or comment off. Real quick, to comment off in Xcode, you can highlight the code, hold command and press the / button, and it's going to go ahead and comment that off. But instead, we're going to be using the MenuBarExtra. I'm going to choose the autofill with the title key and the content. For the title key, this is our placeholder name, so we can call it my utility. And for the content, we're actually going to be deleting this. Instead of the content, this is where we're going to be putting that image that represents it on the top menu bar. As you can even see, like Zoom has a custom one. If you do have a custom image, make sure you add it to your assets catalog. Otherwise, I'm just going to be using a system image. And for our symbol here, I'm going to be using the bolt. But of course, if you have a custom image, if you want to choose a different kind of custom one, feel free to do so. Outside of the brackets, we do need to provide it with some content, so I'm going to add a brace. You can add whatever SwiftUI view you want to add here. I'm just going to add some text so we know it's working, and we'll say hello world. And that's it. We can actually run our app, and we can test it out real quick. So it is going to boot up. You'll notice that we are going to have nothing appear on our screen when it works. Like normally we have that window up here that kind of shows our app. Instead, in the menu bar, we can now see, I'll probably zoom in on this, our little bolt, and we can click on this bolt, and we can see our text, hello world. A little bit gray, a little bit faded, but we know that it's indeed working. When we pause the app and stop running, our bolt goes away. Cool, that is essentially the foundation of menu style. So now let's upgrade the menu into something more useful. MenuBarExtra supports two different styles. The first one is the menu style, which is that classic macOS dropdown, and the window popover style, which is a fully custom SwiftUI interface. Well, let's go ahead and start with the menu style. So let's go ahead and get rid of our text here. And instead, let's add a button, and we can give it some text, and we'll say refresh. We can add our braces. You can include any actual logic in here. Today, I'm just going to have a print, and we can say refresh tapped. I'm then going to, outside of those braces, add a divider. We can add another button, and we can just say like open settings. Again, keeping it super simple today with print statements. In a real app, you'd want the actual logic to be handled there. I'll also show you how to quit out of the app as well. So let's add another button. We'll say quit app. Add our braces one more time. And we can use the ns application .shared.terminate. And within the brackets, we're going to set that to be nil. And that's actually going to close our app. So if we run it again, we'll just take a second. We'll look for it in the menu bar. There's our little bolt. We can refresh, we can see in the console, refresh tapped, settings, perfect. And then when we do the quit app, it's actually going to quit out of that app for us safely. And now let's level it up a little bit. We can turn this into a custom popover window, perfect for any timers, widgets, dashboards, whatever you really want, by going to the end of the MenuBarExtra, so outside of those braces, and we'll add the .menu, oops, if I can spell, .MenuBarExtra style, and within the brackets we can see we have automatic, menu, and window. I really like the window here, so let's run it again real quick. We can see that it has that new kind of window style. Now it looks a little bit janky with our buttons, so let's go ahead and restyle it to feel more like a SwiftUI view. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of our fake buttons there, and instead let's go ahead and actually add like a VStack with a brace here. We can add some text, and we can say like system stats. We can even adjust the font. You can get into any normal SwiftUI coding you want to here. We can even show views, such as any custom views, or even like a progress view. So maybe we have a progress view, let's add a placeholder value of 0.6, and maybe we have a button that's going to go ahead and like run task. And then like task logic would go there. Even add padding if we want, right? You're kind of just creating a little mini SwiftUI view. And now with the window, you'll notice it looks a little bit different because we were using the kind of default menu before. But now with that window, look at that. We have our system stats, that progress view. We can even customize how that looks. And we have that button. So this is more of a pop-out. So like for this now playing music video, it's using this menu bar style window, whereas for the zoom, it's just kind of using that menu, which is fine, right? Because you kind of have like text with buttons and those dividers breaking those different things up. So it's all about what you want to use for your application. I like the window style, especially because you can add custom SwiftUI views to it. So something you may have noticed is every time we've been launching this app, it's also displaying down here in the dock, right? But because it's a menu bar only app right now, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. Typically when I'm pressing on the dock, I want like a window to appear, right? So how can we actually hide this from appearing in the dock? Well, for that, we'll need to go to our info.plist. So we're going to click on the app file here. We're going to go to our info, and we need to update one of these properties. What we're going to do is we're going to right click on any one of these properties, and we're going to select the raw keys and values. Once you've done that, you're going to press the plus button next to any one of these values, and we're going to be looking for the LSUIElement. I'm going to go ahead and add that. Now you'll see that the type is a Boolean value, and we want to change that value to be yes. So I might just need to double click on it and then change it to all caps YES. So now I'm going to run our app again. I'm just going to shrink my screen here because it doesn't all fit when I'm on OBS. So at the very top, we can see that our system stats is showing in the menu bar. In our dock, the application is no longer there. So that's how you can kind of hide that icon from appearing in the dock. This is perfect if you're just creating something that is purely a system menu application. Now, if you have a fully functioning app and you want to have the MenuBarExtra as well as still boot into that app, you can run both the WindowGroup as well as the MenuBarExtra. So either re-add that menu group with your loading screen or whatever screen you normally boot into. I'll just show off the default content view, and you can just have the menu bar afterwards. Now keep in mind, when I launch this, our app icon is still going to be hidden on the dock. You would just need to update that info.plist value. So we have our hello world as well as that MenuBarExtra. So you can have the best of both worlds. Okay, one more thing before we're all done. So we did kind of create our own custom SwiftUI view of sorts here with the button, but we're not really using an actual SwiftUI view. So what we can do is we can create a new view. Let's create a new file from template. Next, and let's call this one menu bar content view. Go ahead and create it. Now we can style this content view however we want, but we get the control like we normally have with state private vars. And let's create one to look at the progress. Let's declare this to be a double, and let's start it at 0.0. We can update this placeholder text to say like system tasks. We can add that progress view again, and let's have it be based off of the value of progress. We can create that button. We'll say run tasks. Our brace, we can even use like with animation here, because we are using a normal SwiftUI view. And let's look at that progress value and have it equal the min of progress plus 0.1 comma 1.0. Now back in our app file, we can go ahead and get rid of our vstack content here, and instead we can call upon the menu bar content view. Make sure for any custom views, I would typically leave this as the MenuBarExtra style of window. Let's go ahead and run it. And now when we look at our menu bar, we're calling upon that custom SwiftUI view, right? We can now press the button. We can see with our animation, we're running that task. Again, that's how things like the video player, etc., do. That's how they function, right? So they're just looking at a custom SwiftUI view, and you have the interactivity, you have any built-in functionality you may have, right? We're just changing the value of something, but you can kind of see for your own app or anything you're developing how you can actually use this as like a bonus utility for your application, which is really cool. So that is all for today. Hopefully you learned a few more cool tricks with macOS. It's something that I'm starting to enjoy more and more, so more macOS development videos to come. And yeah, if you're building a small utility app or a full macOS product, the MenuBarExtra drops right in. You don't have to pick one layout, you can build both experiences within the same app. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like what you're developing with your MenuBarExtra. Dream big, code bigger, and we'll see you in the next one.